is he wants to challenge Jalen Hurts tonight. Until he proves that he can throw, you'll see a lot of tight coverage from those defensive backs, trying to disrupt the timing.
Bo Scarborough in the game at tailback. Need about 1.5 yards on 4th down. Scarborough hit behind the line, fights for 1st down yardage, but just. McFadden was there early. He thought they'd stopped him, but he broke a tackle. Brian Burns tried to corral the big back, couldn't.
Well, this is a play designed to go to the left. But watch Bo Scarborough put his foot in the ground, bounce it all the way to the right, to the outside. That is great determination and vision. And then he tries to reach across for that 1st down. They might take a look to see where his knee was.
On the field was the runner made the line to gain. The play is under further review.
Chris, you could see his knee touch. And then he kind of extended after the knee went down.
Big Ten crew tonight. Mike Cannon is the referee, and the replay official is Jim Kemmerling.
Where is the ball when the knee touches? See, he extends it out.
Get a better look here. Knee down.
The knee.
Now.
There. Yeah.
Ball is about
That's
the
a great
31.
look. That's as good a look as you'll get right there.
And again, it was called a 1st down on the field. Very tough to overturn spots like this. Dave Kataya is with us here. What do you think, Dave? Are they going to let this stand?
Chris, what I see there is exactly what you just said. It's very tough because of the angle of the camera. Okay, the way it looks to me right now, it's going to stand unless they're looking at something different. I don't see anything to overturn this because of the angle.
Scarborough, by the way, the guy who went on a rampage late last season. He was running through Clemson for a couple of touchdowns until he fractured his leg. He'll be very much a fixture in the rotation with Harris.
After review, the ruling on the field stand. 1st down.
So the Tide go for it on 4th and a long yard. Kirk can convert.
I think that's kind of the attitude of Nick Saban, especially early in this game, this 1st drive. You know, with the official stopping the game like that, a big 4th down, I think I have no problem with that. Just to make sure, got to peek upstairs just to make sure the knee didn't hit a little early. And have him extend the ball after that. So,
as you point out, though, it always breaks the offense's momentum when you have to stop and look at something. Give the Noles defense a chance to rest. Scarborough set off to the left of Hurts now. They fake it to him. Hurts takes off and will be trapped right at the line of scrimmage. Big DeMarcus Christmas, the tackle, got him.
Boy, the 2 inside guys from Florida State have great quickness, and you're going to see that right here. Watch how he's able to use his quickness, and that's going to be a problem for Alabama. You see how he just uses his hands to be able to get away from the offensive lineman, Pierce Baker, and then he's able to get around him with the quick hips and come in there and disrupt that timing of that run.
Noles front, they think they take a backseat to no one, including the Tide. Little misdirection in traffic. Scarborough is stacked up, and not much there as McFadden and James, 2 DBs combined.
Late in the year last year, Alabama's offense started to face defenses that did not respect their ability to throw the ball downfield. They didn't fear it. And they started to crowd the line of scrimmage. I think Florida State's coming in with that mentality that Alabama faced late. They have their safeties up tight. They're playing man-to-man. They're daring Jalen Hurts and this offense to take shots down the field, and they're loading up against the run.
They need 9 on 3rd down. Scarborough in motion. He's got it in the flat. Cannot escape. Dragged down at the 25 by Erman Lane, the converted wide receiver, and it's 4th down again. And here comes the field goal team.
That is a great tackle by Erman Lane, who was a wide receiver last year. Here he is matched up. Watch him have to make this play. He knows the ball is going out there. That is a tough thing to do against a talented back, to be able to come up and make a play, hold him short of the 1st down. Nice job, great recognition by Erman Lane.
Not bad for an ex-wide receiver tackling a big back. Andy Papanassis is the Tide's kicker. Transfer from Ole Miss. This is from 42 yards in the early lead. Ugly looking kick, slides wide right. Kicking's been a problem for the Tide throughout camp, and they missed the first one of the season.
Think about the opening play of that drive. Big momentum. Alabama looked like maybe they couldn't be stopped. That's a big stop by that Florida State defense.
We don't just want to watch the games cable gives us. We want all the teams, no matter where we live, with DirecTV NFL Sunday Ticket. We want Falcons in New York, Jets in LA, Bears in New Orleans, or Buccaneers in a quaint little New England bed and breakfast?
Can you please pass the marmalade, Charlie?
I sure can, Crazy Pirate.
Switch to DirecTV and get every game every Sunday with NFL Sunday Ticket. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
If you can't find a way around a problem, try going through it. Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
They used to laugh at us because the places that we lived were different. How they were built, how they showed up, different. A lot has changed since then. Energy efficiency, open floor plans, cutting-edge design. Suddenly, homes built indoors, they're all the rage. Yeah, they used to laugh at us, questioned everything about us. My question is, who's laughing now?
Can you eat the new Rodeo King with one hand? With a half pound of beef, bacon, and 6 onion rings topped with barbecue sauce, it's the new Rodeo King, only at Burger King.
That's former All-Pro linebacker Clay Matthews Jr., also known as Dad. We Matthews know a thing or two about football. With PlayStation Vue, they can watch live football on up to 5 devices at the same time.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice!
Nice.
Great.
Stay connected with football all season long, no matter where you are.
Watch live football with PlayStation Vue. Start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seed.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkey's for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that.
Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
He sees things and analyzes things in ways that we can't even begin to understand.
He saved his life. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Sean Murphy.
Papanessis didn't quite follow through, says Mike Black, our ex-kicker in the booth. Josh Sweat almost got a finger on it, but the Tide come up empty on the 42-yard miss after a 50-yard 9-play drive. So the Noles take over at the 25. DeAndre Francois looks to throw, loops it downfield, overthrows Auden Tate.
DeAndre Francois, who has played a lot of football, even though he's only a sophomore. Last year we saw him. We talked a lot about how he's continued to come up and show that toughness and poise. He'll need to be able to do that tonight against an Alabama defense that'll come after him. And then being active and the ability to create. At some point, that pocket will collapse. One thing that can hurt a Nick Saban defense is a quarterback that can move around. Can Francois do that tonight to the Tide?
As you pointed out, he was hit a lot last year and sacked 34 times. Protection, a huge issue tonight for the Noles. He's got it in this pass, and it's complete over the middle. That's Keith Gavin, who's expected to make a big contribution. A new receiver on this team. Didn't have a catch last year.
We talk so much about Francois and what they're going to do. Let's not forget what Alabama's lost up front. Are they going to be able to pressure Francois? Think about the last 2 years, the defensive linemen that they have lost. Jaron Reed, Ashawn Robinson, Jonathan Allen, Ryan Anderson, Tim Williams, Dalvin Tomlinson. It's a whole new wave of guys led by Daron Payne, the only one who's really played a lot of football. Can they get pressure on Francois?
A goal line group on 3rd down at about a foot. Francois keeps it. He's patient, and he's going to move the chains. Francois would impress me, Kirk, despite throwing for 3,350 yards, never had a multi-interception game last year. Really shakes off mistakes well, doesn't he?
He puts them behind him. You know, some of these athletes, no matter what sport you're playing or watching, you see guys make mistakes. Sometimes they let it affect them and it leads to another mistake. And then there's other rare athletes, the special ones, have an ability to just forget about it and play that next play. And playing quarterback at this level, you have to have that ability if you want to be a special player.
It's a backup left tackle. Josh Ball is in the game because Derek Kelly's helmet came off on that play. Francois is pressured from the right side. Fires to a wide open man. Catch is made down near the 40-yard line by George Campbell, another new member of the receiving corps.
And George Campbell, highly touted. Remember, one of the best receivers coming out of high school football a few years ago. He's just been beaten up. Injuries. Jimbo Fisher telling me on the field before the game, look out for 11 tonight. He's healthy. He can fly. He can make plays. Now as a sophomore, 6'4", 207 pounds, makes a big play here early.
Yeah, he's a five-star guy that Alabama offered. Sat out all of last year with that injury. Picks up 21 yards. Francois fakes it to Patrick. Now has to dodge pressure. Cuts it back. And picks up a couple of yards. But that happened a whole lot last year. Quick pressure of Francois.
We talked about one of the keys. Active, create. The last two plays is exactly what he did. They did get pressure on him. The previous play, he found Campbell. This time they get there. They bring the blitz with Fitzpatrick. He's able to recognize it. Instead of taking a sack or throwing it away, he's able to get a couple yards, which is a positive play. They come after him with the blitz on 1st and 10. Great job of recognizing it, getting away from that trouble. There's that ability, athletic ability that Alabama's got to be aware of.
He got away from one of the best athletes on the team in Fitzpatrick. On motion, this is Nooney Murray who pitches it back, and this is Gavin on the reverse. Gets a block, slips the tackle, and dives inside the 35. Just about a yard and a half short of a first down. Little trickery from Jimbo, who does call the plays.
I just love that you have all this hype, two big-time programs, and both these guys offensively are trying to come out, taking some shots. We're seeing Jimbo Fisher here. He believes in his quarterback. When you believe in your quarterback, it allows you to feel willing to take some chances and attack a defense, even like Alabama's, early in this game, despite all the hype and the hoopla that's in this building right now.
I love Jimbo's got the readers going. I think they're garnet colored readers, if I'm not mistaken. So he's with the program.
Yeah, he's got, oh, that's nice.
3rd and 2. Got to hurry. 1 on the play clock. And they spotted that on the Florida State sideline and spent a timeout. Nice looking drive from Florida State. Moved it 41 yards in 6 plays. And Francois has looked pretty poised. Boy, it's tough if you run a traditional short yardage 3rd down play against an Alabama front. You better really trust your guys up front. They do have Jack Patrick as a good power back.
Well, when you have a quarterback like DeAndre Francois, you can do a lot of different things. You don't have to just rely on running between the tackles. You can also use his ability to maybe fake a kind of a zone read look and then get him out on the edge where he has the ability to run or throw. Remember, you no longer have Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook was the answer in these situations in the past, and you can see the production of what he did for this team last year. Not only running the football, but as you and I were talking about last year, he's 2nd on the team in reception yards too. But I think you can put the ball in the hands of the best athlete on the field, Francois, and give him an option here of a run or a throw.
May have 2 plays to get the 2 yards. I think Fisher would likely go for it if they're close. Option look. He'll throw out of it and through behind the receiver and incomplete, intended for Murray. And now it's Fisher with a decision to make on 4th down.
Yeah, ball's behind Nooney Murray. Murray gets open, actually beats his man Everett, but the ball's just thrown behind him. If he throws that out in front, watch the ball get behind him. He throws it out in front. That's an easy first down. He may have hurried that just a bit.
This is out of Ricky Aguayo's normal range. This would be about a 51-yarder, so they're going to go for it.
We just talked about the previous play. What should you do? Get him out on the edge, give him the ability to run or throw. It's hard to go away from that look just because it's typically pretty effective with Francois.
Got to hurry again. Murray in motion. They snap it at 2. Francois rolls out, is hit and dropped for a loss, and the Tide defense rises up. Sean Dion Hamilton makes the sack. The guy who was injured and missed the playoff last year is back in a prominent role for this defense.
Well, this play would have worked, but the timing here, you're going to see receiver here, but watch Gavin never turns around and looks for the football. Quarterback's working to get out here, but look right here. Receiver's not looking, so the timing between a young receiver and DeAndre Francois just not on the same page. That ends up costing Noles potentially not only a first down, maybe even a touchdown.
Huh. Can't find my debit card.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah, totally, it's fine. But, like, is it fine, though? Because I would maybe be worried. Really, really, really worried. Do you want me to go back and look for it? I will. I mean, a lot of bad things can happen. You need to call the bank. I don't know how else to tell you. You need to shut that card.
It's off.
What?
I can turn it on and off in my Wells Fargo app.
I feel better already.
Good.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know. Oh, that was weird.
New management.
Join Chick-fil-A in helping those impacted by Hurricane Harvey at chickfil-a.com or go to the Chick-fil-A One app.
We took legendary and made it liberating. We took safe and made it daring. We took intelligent and made it utterly irresistible. We took the most advanced E-Class ever and made the most exciting E-Class ever. The all-new E-Class Coupe from Mercedes-Benz. The best or nothing.
It isn't always easy to know where you stand financially. Multiple accounts, investments, insurance. It can leave you wondering how it all fits together. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you see your whole picture, find out what you truly want, and then together we design a plan to go get it. There's a confidence that comes in knowing what financial security is and doing what it takes to achieve it. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
The Chick-fil-A kickoff game, presented on ABC by Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Chick-fil-A, start game day strong with the new breakfast hash brown scramble bowl. And in part by Mercedes-Benz. Check out ESPN's Facebook for a 360-degree camera view of the brand new Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Second possession for the Crimson Tide after the stop on fourth down. And this is Harris working hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. Talked about Brian Dable. He goes from working for a man who has 5 Super Bowl rings to a coach who has 5 national championships. Kirk, this is the first college game he has attended in 18 years. He's playing a pretty prominent role tonight. On second down, ball batted in the air. Hurts actually catches his own pass. Tries to make something of it and sprints out of bounds up near the 38. Derwin James batted it down, and then Hurts went up and took it away from him.
Remember we talked about how big a deal this is that Derwin James is back. Remember we talked about he could be a blitzer from this area? Not only is he going to hit you if you're the quarterback, he's got the athletic ability to say he's going to throw the ball. He almost caught that ball, even though it was thrown over top of him. Instead of having to tip it, if he catches it, he walks to the end zone. What a play, what awareness there by James.
He's got some long arms, doesn't he? As well as a tremendous skill set. 3rd and 10 now.
Now he's showing up over here.
He's blocked that time as Hurts gets it away, and Ridley's open. And he's pushed out near the 41 as the Tide convert a 3rd and 10.
And we talked about sitting in the pocket, working through your progressions. Is he going to bail out after the first sign of trouble? How about this? Look at Jalen Hurts this time. 3rd down and long, sits in that pocket exactly the way he's been schooled, puts the ball on the money for the first down.
He got 21 yards. The second catch for Ridley as Harris barrels over the left side for about 3.
Well, that was a great example of what the coaches were hoping to see, and a great route as well from Calvin Ridley. They brought the blitz from the other side. You play man-to-man, and that is a mismatch. You put a guy up against Calvin Ridley of that size.
Hurts from the pocket, now takes off. Such a dangerous runner. He's got blockers downfield, and Hurts is down inside the red zone. Shades of the championship game.
When you play man-to-man, you still have to be aware of Jalen Hurts running. And the coaches want to see this. We keep talking about patience in the pocket, but they also don't want to take away a real strength of his, which is taking off and running with the football. And when he recognizes man-to-man with all the defensive backs to him, he's going to take off and get yards.
After a 20-yard run by the quarterback, it's Scarborough back in the game. He's got it. Hammered right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. Broderick Hoskins, the linebacker, one of the leaders of this defense. The guy who actually played on the 2013 championship team for the Noles.
Yeah, he's physical, 240 pounds. Their linebackers tonight are going to be tested. The physicality of them will be tested. Right now, the style and approach that Charles Kelly has gone with up to this point is man-to-man and attacking with the linebackers and safeties into that running game.
Nate Andrews, one of the veterans who's also in that 13 team. He is out tonight with a hamstring injury, so they're a little bit thin in the secondary. Ridley is in motion. Hurts looks that way, fires down inside the 5-yard line, incomplete. Couldn't get it inbounds. A.J. Westbrook defended, but did you see the arm strength that time?
Well, he can throw it. He can make any throw on the field. And people talk about he needs to improve as a passer. That's not what he needs to improve on at all. But that is close. That left foot came down first, out of bounds. Good call by the official. Watch the left foot come down, out of bounds, then the right foot tried to get in. The arm
aggressive pylon cam. Good job by Westbrook to nudge him that way. He might have come down inbounds without the hit.
The improvement comes from working through the progressions, not the arm strength itself. He's got plenty of arm strength.
They need 10 again on third down. The snap is rolled back. Hurts had Scarborough open in the end zone, didn't see him, so he just takes off. But he is not going to outrun the entire Florida State defense. The play was messed up from the start. If he'd seen the tailback running free, he'd had a touchdown.
Yeah, Bradley Bozeman never got the ball up. Now he's got a nose right across from him. Florida State mixing up their looks. This time a nose guard head up, and Bozeman just didn't get the ball up. Hurts fortunate to be able to scoop the ball up, try to make something out of it. But as you said, Chris, just too much speed on that Noles defense.
Papanastas just wide right earlier from 42. This is from 36. He's pushing it wide right again. Nubb sneaks it through just. And Alabama moves it 44 yards in 9 plays to claim the lead late first quarter in Atlanta.
Kickers are beautiful.
The guy's a hat. He's just hanging. It was terrible.
Yo! Enough already! We got this! We're making our own way!
Big buns every day, all day! That's dope.
Many teams have started to change their names.
22!
Oh, check these out.
Separate on my own way, baby. 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 Separate on my own way, baby.
And wow, no waves. Too busy making my own waves.
I ain't riding no waves. Too busy making my own waves, baby. I ain't got no waves. Too busy making my own waves, baby. Separate on my own way, baby. Separate on my own way. I ain't riding no waves. Too busy making my own waves. I ain't riding no waves. Too busy making my own waves.
Only you can shower. To smell unique. To smell confident. To smell amazing. You got something. Smell like the best you with Axe U Body Wash.
Oh, hey! You ready for Ninjago?
Yes! Yes!
Yep. Yeah. Yes, yes,
Yes! No, sir.
Ninjago! You got this. I think I made it worse!
Let's make it rain, boys!
Oh, tighty whities. Really? Don't judge me. The Lego Ninjago movie. Rated PG. September 22nd.
When you drop a 603 horsepower V8 bi-turbo engine into one of Mercedes-Benz finest luxury sedans, what do you get? You get out of the way. 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds. The Mercedes-AMG E63S sedan. Mercedes-AMG, driving performance.
Blackish is moving to Tuesdays.
Yes!
Season premiere October 3rd on ABC.
Cast
Cassidy Hubbard with your Dr. Pepper Championship Drive update. Number 4 USC struggling with Western Michigan all day. 4-point game with 4 to play. Stephen Carr breaks free for the 52-yard score. The true freshman with his second TD of the day. USC has since tacked on a pick six, sitting comfy up 49-31. Chris Herbie, back to you.
These heavyweights being tested, Cassidy. Ohio State got a stiff test on Thursday night. SC slow to get going. 3-0, our Dr. Pepper Championship Drive game of the week here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A couple of Falcons preseason games here. That was kind of a soft opening. This feels like the grand opening of this place, huh?
No question.
J.K. Scott is the punter, kicks it deep, and bringing it out is Keith Gavin. Gavin, who in his first career touch had a huge kick return in the Orange Bowl against Michigan. A much shorter play that time. He got blown up by Daniel Wright.
Daniel Wright. At first I saw that number 3. I said, there's no way that's Calvin Ridley.
Of course, Jimbo Fisher was the play caller for Nick Saban. They had a championship season down there in Baton Rouge. Saban calls him the best play caller he's ever been around. Of course, Saban moving on to Alabama. Fisher going over to Florida State. He was the coach in waiting under Bobby Bowden for a while and will try to be the first ex-Saban assistant to beat the boss. Saban 10-0 in these situations. But Jimbo will tell you that he is 9-1 against the SEC. He wants to point that out. 6-1 against the Gators.
Got to be smart here for Francois. No mistakes keeping your own territory against his defense.
Empty backfield. It's Jaquez Patrick in the slot. They throw it back, and this is Gavin, who's been busy early. Picks up about 6 on first down.
I love how this Alabama defense runs to the ball. Defensive lineman like Payne that time running to the ball, trying to dislodge the football away from Gavin. Yeah, this first game of the year. This is where you have to think of everything as a coach. You know, you work on 2-minute drill. You work on short yardage. You work on being penned back inside your 10-yard line. You've got to cover all bases to get ready. There aren't any preseason games in the college game.
You said be careful, but he goes empty backfield on a first down against Alabama. Back in the I formation, and they hop it in a quick handoff. Short gain there by Patrick, a powerful runner, 230-pounder, a junior.
Well, I think with all the hype of Cam Akers, the true freshman, who we'll see at some point tonight.
I hope we do.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are thinking, where's Akers? But these coaches, they get in these big games, they're going to rely on guys that have been around, been in these big games, felt the speed of these games, felt the speed of the atmosphere, and understand it. So Cam Akers maybe will get a look later. They might see how he responds. But right now, they're relying on the junior Patrick, and it makes a lot of sense.
Akers is the other 3 on this team after Derwin James. 3rd and 2. And a whistle.
Jimbo called another timeout.
Once again, the play clock was winding down, so he spends 2 timeouts in the first quarter. Quick break as they discuss this 3rd and 2 play.
Learn more at Navy.com.
We're not born with it. It's a commitment. A promise we make every day. To ourselves and to others. None of us achieves greatness alone. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Being a part of the Southeastern Conference, it means more than you might think. It means the heart of a home, the heart of campus, in the heart of town, in the heart of an entire state. It means A1 and A2. It means all together and all in the family. Whatever it is, here, it just means more.
A lot of fan-friendly stuff at this beautiful new stadium. If you want to not watch the game, but watch it virtually, you can do that in the lobby. And Kirk, this is great. They have the helmet of every high school in Georgia that plays football in the lobby. And fans just stop and find their team's helmet. And they borrowed it from the College Football Hall of Fame, which is a short walk away, but that is neat.
Community. I love that. I love to see that. You don't see high school helmets in a professional stadium like that.
Francois on third down, delivers from the pocket, and the catch is made in the first time, converted by Ryan Izzo, the reliable junior tight end.
So the timeout works out here for Jimbo Fisher. And it's just, hey, you've got to beat the safety one-on-one. Izzo, who really is coming on as a tight end, matched up against Ronnie Harrison. And Jimbo Fisher, we talk a lot about Brian Dable's NFL background. Jimbo Fisher finds matchups to his advantage as well. That time Izzo beats Harrison on a big third down.
And Jimbo loves Izzo. Only 19 catches last year. Should play a bigger role this year, but does all the little things well. Play fake on first down. Francois wants to take a deep shot. Downfield. Jump ball. Auden Tate's got it at the 35. The big 6'5 receiver went up and got it over Anthony Averett.
Chris, great point. 6'5 and probably had as good a camp as anybody in Tallahassee. Look at this throw. Waits for it, goes up and over to make the catch. I love that he put a lot of height on the football to allow Tate to go up at 6'5 and go over the 6 foot Everett.
Jameis Winston really appreciates Francois here tonight, checking this one out. Says that's the kind of downfield big play we used to make. Patrick, early penetration, blew the play up, and he battles back near the line of scrimmage. Isaiah Buggs, a backup defensive end, was quick to penetrate.
DeAndre Francois right now just seems to be in a nice rhythm, very comfortable. Even when he has traffic, even when he has defensive linemen closing in on him, he is patient. He's looking downfield. His eyes are downfield into coverage. Alabama has not rattled him at this point at all.
5 of 7, 84 yards so far. Gets pressure in his face and delivers over the middle. Diving catch is made again by Nooney Murray. He got clocked and is very, very slow to get up. Took it in the midsection there.
Oh, he got Deshaun Hand came free on the outside. Alabama's trying to get him out of his rhythm. They bring the blitz, and it frees up Hand on the outside. The tackle ends up not getting to the outside. He came down for the blitz. Big Hand at 290 pounds closes in on Francois, and that is what we saw a lot of last year against Francois, where he would get hit after the throw and somehow would come back and play the next play.
Hit by a free runner, no less. Patrick tripped up, no gain, and that was Terrell Lewis. They are rotating a lot of bodies in on defense. Kirk, we're noticing something they didn't do enough of perhaps against Clemson.
Yeah, they have to do that to be able to try to stay fresh. They're not quite facing the same kind of a tempo and attack, but all I know is watching Jimbo Fisher, his ability to break down a defense. Remember, not only did he work for Nick Saban, Jeremy Pruitt on the other side worked for him the year they won the national championship. So there's a lot of awareness, and he's one step ahead right now of Pruitt and Saban with the way he's kind of keeping them off balance with the mix of the run and the throw.
Final 30 seconds of the quarter, and Francois zips a short throw inside the 20. It's a short gain to Gavin. Averett in coverage may be the last play of the quarter.
And Francois gets hit again. And what the answer from Jeremy Pruitt is to try to get him out of this timing and rhythm, he's blitzing him. That's time to bring in safety and a linebacker, Sean Dion Hamilton. Right as he throws it, gets it hit again.
He's a tough guy, but he does not want to take too many more shots like that. End of the first quarter here in Atlanta. 3-0 Alabama. Back after this message and a word from your local ABC station.
The big game, huh? Boy, I wish your mom was here. Instead of over there.
I ain't afraid to say it, go blue. I'll kick it.
She needs this, kids. Mom needs this.
Just get it done.
Reliving the glory days isn't always rewarding, but Hotels.com is. Unlock instant savings now and earn free nights to use later. Hotels.com.
At Nissan, we surprised fans with this award-winning lineup.
Eddie George.
Marcus Allen.
Are you guys ready to go train with us? All right, let's go do it.
Then, they experienced Nissan's award-winning lineup.
It's incredible.
Get to Nissan's Bottom Line Model Year-End event. Labor Day savings ends soon. With Nissan's 2017 Model Year-End Savings Guarantee, look for the 2017s and save today. Lease the Rogue family, starting at just $159 per month.
Bottom line, I'm heading down the Nissan.
Hi. Looks like Verizon hooked the whole fam.
They sure did. Guy who used to ask if you could hear him now with Verizon.
Or just Paul.
We've been up here for ages.
You should switch to Sprint like I did. Nowadays, every network is great. But with Sprint, you're not paying a ton for unlimited or overages.
Thanks, Pa. Works for me.
Daddy, can we switch to Sprint? I don't feel too good.
Don't get hooked by Verizon and let a 1% difference in network reliability cost you twice as much. Switch to Sprint Unlimited, $22.50 per month per line for 4 lines.
Kiefer is back. Designated Survivor. Season premiere ABC September 27th. News 5 is honored to win the Emmy for News Excellence.
Win big at Buick GMC. Our touchdown deals. This month only, get luxury for less with no money down. A fully loaded Buick Enclave for $399, sign and drive. Or score 20% off new 2017 GMC Terrains. That's up to $8,000 off. We have a full lineup of Buick and GMCs ready for delivery. Catch the deal you've been looking for and rush in today. These deals won't last long. All specials are found 24/7 at bgob.com. Buick GMC of Beechwood, where above and beyond comes standard.
Oh boy. Looking for adventure this Labor Day?
Holy smokes.
Oh man, that's pretty intense. Look no further than Chevrolet.
This is a fast car. I feel like I left my soul back there.
Wow, this has power.
Head to the Chevy Labor Day sales event and ride out the summer in a new Chevrolet. Now use Labor Day bonus cash to get a total value of $10,600 on this Silverado All-Star. Or get 0% financing for 72 months on all Tahoe and Suburban models. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Northeast Ohio.
Katie Houston joins Terrence Lee on Cleveland's Best Morning Newscast. Good Morning Cleveland. Weekdays, 4:30 to 7 a.m.
American Housewife is on a new night and throwing down.
It is a beautiful day. Go outside and play.
American Housewife season premiere Wednesday, September 27th after Modern Family on ABC.
Ready for the second quarter of the 2017 Chick-fil-A kickoff game presented on ABC by Wells Fargo. A first quarter that was free of turnovers and penalties. It begins with the Seminoles 3rd and 6. Just inside the red zone. Wasn't ready for the snap, but Francois adjusts and fires complete. Murray running free, first and goal, Florida State inside the 5. He is sharp tonight, Francois.
This is man-to-man and a little hesitation by Murray. Kind of stacked on top of each other, and you had two on two. You had 2 Florida State receivers and 2 Alabama defenders. And thankfully for the quarterback, Francois, he has time to be able to sit and wait for Murray to clear away from Minkah Fitzpatrick. But good separation, but it was really more about the protection, especially on the 3rd down up front.
2 tight ends in the game, as is Patrick. He's got it on first down, lowers the head, and slams for about 1.5 yards. I think this receiving core, Kirk, which lost their top 4 pass catchers from a year ago, pretty sharp start against a good Alabama secondary.
Yeah, Nooney Murray we knew about from last year. Auden Tate has improved immensely. To watch him, he is a different receiver than we saw a year ago. Last year, because of his size, he was more of a threat down in the red zone to go up and make a play. He's a complete receiver. And also Keith Gavin is coming along as well, making plays. They got 3 receivers. You throw in the big tight end, Ryan Izzo. It's a difficult package to deal with.
High formation on 2nd and goal. Throw to the end zone. Tate goes up. Touchdown, Florida State. Right on cue. They look for the red zone weapon, and he beat Minkah Fitzpatrick.
That's exactly right. I think this play it kind of symbolizes the Florida State attitude here in this first half. They're going after, of course they're going to want to try to throw the fade, but they're going after the All-American, Minkah Fitzpatrick. Tate at 6'5" against one of the best defensive backs, if not the top defensive back in the country. One-on-one on an island. They said, well, our best is going to be your best. Kind of an attitude from the Noles.
The play is under further review.
They're going to review this. Tate showed tremendous hand strength trying to grip the ball. Let's see if he took it all the way down.
There was a little bit of a bobble at the end. And a little bit of a bobble at the end. Minkah doesn't give up on the play. See him battling to try to get his hands on the ball?
No,
he comes down. Hold on.
After he hit the ground out of bounds, it kind of popped up.
I don't know. At our college football seminar, we get coached up. This would be a good one for Roger Redding to talk about next summer, because we've seen examples where the ball, after you think it's a touchdown, it bobbles at the end.
It never hit the ground, but he may have been out of bounds when he finally collected it.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Touchdown.
I think that's a good ruling, and that was a great drive for DeAndre Francois.
No doubt. 11 plays, 90 yards. Remember we talked, this is what you practice. You're pinned back deep inside your own territory. He came out in the first play with an empty. That's how much he trusts his quarterback against Alabama. He goes 7 for 7 for 86 yards and a touchdown pass to Tate.
Ricky Aguayo adds the point after touchdown. You want to know why these guys are a test for Bama? Because they come in here with no fear of the Crimson Tide.
Hey, I thought you were choosing the flute.
Everyone's doing flute.
Buick now has an SUV for that.
Where's your brother?
Hey, Mom, it's a tuba.
Buick Enclave, one of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Experience the new Buick and get 15% below MSRP across this 3 SUV lineup. That's over $7,200 on this 2017 Buick Enclave.
Degree has redefined deodorant with motion sense technology so that I can redefine power, footwork, range. The more I move, the more it works. Degree, it won't let you down.
Life is about moments. If you fight, I fight. If I fight, we fight. You be there and watch what I do when the bell rings. Do you have that real look in your eye? That when you look at yourself in the mirror, you can ask yourself this question: did I give everything I got? Did I lay it all on the line? Or am I cheating myself?
What you say, Quaid? Right at it. Oh! He's done it again.
So whatever you're gonna do, claim it. Leave your mark on this world.
Oh, yes.
Y'all look damn sharp.
Welcome to Statesman. As your American cousin, we'll be working side by side.
What do these do?
Hand grenades.
It's very American.
Yeah, it is.
Brains, skills, skipping rope.
It's a lasso.
Whatever.
Rated R. Putting off vehicle maintenance? We've got you covered. The highly trained technicians at Jiffy Lube do more than just oil changes. We also exchange transmission fluid, rotate tires, and more, all in a jiffy.
People in the world, over 7 billion. People who can save it. Kevin.
Me?
Kevin Probably Saves the World. Series premiere Tuesday, October 3rd on ABC.
Labor tonight over on ESPN. You can wrap up your weekend with number 25 Tennessee taking on Georgia Tech in the Chick-fil-A kickoff game from right here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, 8 o'clock Eastern. Also on the ESPN app. We got a Vols fan with a famous number. He's here. Maybe he's here scouting the time for that October visit to Tuscaloosa.
He's here for Monday night.
He's here for 2 purposes. I mean,
they're already scouting the Crimson Tide.
He's a little extra money for a ticket tonight because it's a tough one.
You're right about
that. You don't get in here cheap. Noles, very impressive in the first 17 minutes of the game. Tyler boots it into the end zone, and let's see if the true freshman's going to bring it out. Yes, Henry Ruggs, living dangerous, gets it just to the 15.
Jalen Hurts is off to a little bit of slow start as far as his numbers, but he's shown some impressive things tonight. Number one, we talked about can he have the patience to work through the progressions. There's an example of him doing that. The very next play, now he sees man-to-man. When a quarterback sees man-to-man and he has wheels, he can pull it down and make people miss with those defensive backs not looking at the quarterback and get valuable yardage. The last series, Alabama, they've been able to move the ball. They're just not able to come up with touchdowns, just a field goal.
Which true freshman said would make an impact at running back tonight? Well, Najee Harris, the freshman out of Antioch, California, to the Bay Area, #1 overall recruit in the class of 2017, is behind Hurts. And his first college carry will be a short one. He had 3 2,000-yard seasons in high school. Everybody in the world wanted this guy.
All I can say is, can you imagine being a senior in high school last year and trying to tackle him?
No. He looks the part on the field, doesn't he?
You know, Derrick Henry, who won the Heisman, was out there pregame standing next to him. 2-2 was much, much bigger than Derrick Henry.
230. They fake it to Ridley. Hurts tries to bounce it. A little stiff arm, and he stretches within 2 yards of the first down. McFadden made the tackle. To Tom Rinaldi.
Chris, we talked so often about the strength of that offensive line for the Tide up front. They came off after the last drive, clearly gassed. Everybody with oxygen, a number of them wearing ice collars, and the coach is challenging them to try to get a lot more push up front against the Noles. We'll see if they're able to do that on a key third down.
And Tommy, not only the push, they got to deal with the safeties and the linebackers coming downhill too.
Noles are crowding the line on this 3rd and 2. Hurts from the pocket, flips it. Ridley's got it, made the catch on his knees. That's enough to move the sticks.
Well, they didn't go to him here, but Henges got behind Roe Hoskins, and would not surprise me to see Brian Dable try to create a matchup where he can get a back or a tight end man-to-man against these linebackers. They're not having a lot of success necessarily on the outside yet. And it could come with Ridley, but they have an advantage going against those linebackers.
Hurts keeps it, scoots around the end. Nice gain out near midfield. O.J. Howard was such a weapon at tight end, Kirk, last couple of years. Hence, just maybe not that kind of pass catcher, but you think he can play a big role in this offense this year?
Yeah, and Forrestall, they've got some receiving tight ends that are pretty good. You know, the answer right now, we've seen it the first couple times on this drive, is this Florida State defense with the linebackers and safeties are trying to attack the line of scrimmage. The answer for Dable is fake it into the middle with the big back and then get to the outside with the quarterback and the speed of Hurts.
Jalen has 43 yards rushing. That's 10 more yards than he has passing so far. And they'll play action from the pocket. Takes it downfield shot. Ridley's running free. He's got it. Touchdown. Tied. 53 yards. The kind of play they didn't make enough of last year. They've taken some shots early, Kirk, as you thought they might.
And that's the answer. When a defense is not respecting your ability to throw downfield, and they're determined to take away the running game and put the game on the shoulders of the quarterback, at some point, you've got to make them pay for that. Leaving those corners one-on-one, the speed of Ridley is tough to deal with, especially for a true freshman like Stanford Samuels.
That is a tough assignment for anybody. But when your very first college game, you were covering high school receivers a year ago, there goes number 3, and there was no help. So Hurts, after a slow start in the passing game, strikes quickly, and the Tide reclaim the lead.
There was a lot going on there. There's a fake up the middle, but watch the receiver that goes in motion. Watch the defense react to Judy. They're up. Their eyes are in the backfield. They're looking at the guy in motion, they're leaving the corner all by himself as a true freshman against arguably the most elusive, one of the best route runners in college football, Calvin Ridley, and Samuels loses that matchup.
What is the power of Pacific? It's life insurance and retirement solutions to help you reach your goals. It's having the confidence to create the future that's most meaningful to you. It's protection for generations of families and 150 years of strength and stability. And when you're able to harness all of that, that's the power of Pacific. Ask a financial advisor about Pacific Life.
Welcome back, Grandma. Wow.
I did a lot of shopping in Italy, and I met a nice man.
Ciao. Gino.
Gino.
Da Italia.
He's Italian.
Very cool.
Buick now has an SUV for that. The new Buick Envision. One of 3 luxury SUVs from the new Buick.
Experience the new Buick and get 15% below MSRP across this 3 SUV lineup. That's over $5,600 on this 2017 Buick Envision.
Well, it's been a busy day of college football. Let's get caught up on the action. First up, Alabama. This play right here shows what eating chicken will do for you. Lots of broken tackles here. It's the chicken.
No idea what you're talking about.
Joey Galloway is here with chicken predictions.
My what?
Touchdown chicken.
Okay, are we filming right now?
Chicken, 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 chicken.
What is going on?
I don't know.
Oh, that was weird. New management.
Join Chick-fil-A in helping those impacted by Hurricane Harvey at chickfil-a.com or go to the Chick-fil-A One app.
Yo, Miss Mitchell, your boy just won the Super Bowl.
Dominate from day one and win it all with the new arcade playstyle. Madden NFL 18, rated E for everyone.
Get the ultimate experience on Xbox One.
The Chick-fil-A kickoff game, presented on ABC by Wells Fargo, is brought to you by Pacific Life. Experience the power of Pacific. And Buick, proud partner of the NCAA.
Matchups few and far between over the years between Alabama and Florida State. The first in 10 years. Off to a great start. The Tide trailed for 2 minutes and 13 seconds before that 85-yard touchdown drive, which was all Jalen Hurts. Gavin, along with Derwin James, they kick it away from Derwin. They spotted him back there, and it's a touchback.
Chris, let's go back to that touchdown. I talked about it at the break, but I think the motion affected the safety's eyes as much as anything. The freshman Judy goes in motion. There's also a fake to the other freshman. But look at the safeties with their eyes in the backfield. Now you're going to leave Samuels one-on-one. The Alabama coaches have told us the greatest thing about Ridley is the most natural route runner. You see the little stutter, the little stem to the outside? It's not just the speed, it's how he sets you up. And the play call from Brian Dable affecting the eyes, left that corner isolated one-on-one. And on 1st and 10, they're thinking run. Breaks the tendency there with the play action pass downfield.
Ridley's freshman year was bigger than his sophomore year, and he was underutilized. Many people thought in the playoff. He had 43 receiving yards in the 2 playoff games. He's got 83 tonight.
He's going to have a monster year in this new offense.
On 1st down, Patrick, he's going to fire over the middle, batted down and almost intercepted. It was hit at the line, and then Mac Wilson made a diving attempt.
And they got some pressure up the middle. Josh Frazier gets his hand on that. They had a surge up the middle. Now you get a big surge and you get big linemen in the face of an undersized quarterback. He's listed at 6'2", but I don't, maybe 6'1". But Frazier with that push allowed him to get close enough to the quarterback to get his paw up there and just knock it down.
Second and 10. Francois gets good protection. Again, the ball's batted down at the line. Again, it's big Josh Frazier, who's a backup nose guard.
Like you said earlier, Chris, they're rotating bodies in there.
He's a backup who could play anywhere else, right?
No doubt about it. Look at him, though. He's getting double teamed. He knows he's not going to get in there. That's a pretty good job of knocking that down. Again, keep in mind all that Alabama has lost up front in the last couple years. So guys like Frazier are going to have to step up and make plays. And he's done it the last 2, knocking those balls down.
It's Fitzpatrick crowding the line. A blitz look on 3rd and 10. And now they back out of it. Tide rush, only 3. Patrick's got it underneath, but he will not get 1st down yardage. Interesting wrinkle just before the snap, and it works.
It's amazing how a touchdown pass can affect the momentum of a football game. You could feel it to kickoff when the Alabama defense took the field. In my opinion, it's the first time I felt juice from that Alabama defense, like an attitude that you could feel from up here. And first couple plays, they knocked the ball down. They set up a 3rd and long, and next thing you know, it's 3 and out. Offense gets the ball back, but the momentum switched on that touchdown pass.
First punt of the ball game. Trayvon Diggs back deep. And Logan Tyler standing at his 17. Play clock down at 2. It's a high boot. Diggs comes up and makes a fair catch at the 33-yard line. So the 3 and out for Florida State after Calvin Ridley's big play gives the Tide the lead. 10-7.
Everything you love about Earth is gone. Your skinny vanilla latte? Gone. Binge watching? Gone. The Grand Canyon? Ruined. Okay, that didn't change much. Late night texts, Taco Tuesdays, and if that wasn't enough, puppies. Or... not the puppies. I know, right? Who does that? Where was that? Everything is gone. And now we have to fight for what's left. And by we, I mean you. So it's time to bring out the big guns. It's not a metaphor, guys. Go grab some big guns. Do it for the tower and the ramen shop. Do it for the loot they've taken from us. But most importantly, do it for the puppies! Follow that guy.
Destiny 2, available September 6th. Rated T for teen. Get exclusive Destiny 2 content on PS4.
Remember 2007? Smartphones? OMG. 10 years later, nothing's really changed. It's time to snap out of it. Hello, Moto. Snap on a JBL speaker. Put a 70-inch screen on a wall. Get a 10 times optical zoom. Get excited, world. Hello, Moto. Moto is here. The new Moto Z with Moto mods. Buy the new Moto Z, and you'll get a free projector mod.
Welcome. How's it going?
Hi. Hi.
Okay, so you've got 2 friends here.
Yes.
This is the J.D. Power Award for dependability. Now, I want you to give it to the friend that you think is most dependable.
Oh!
Wow.
It's just not fair. Does she have to?
She doesn't have to.
Oh, I don't?
No, but it's a tough choice, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, luckily, Chevy makes it a little easier, because it's the only brand to earn J.D. Power Dependability Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs 2 years in a row.
That's amazing.
You want something that's dependable. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
What happened?
Dad kind of walked into my swing.
Huh? Don't you mean Dad kind of ruined our Hawaii fund?
I should go to the hospital.
There goes the airfare. I don't think health insurance will cover all of that. Without that cash from Aflac, we might have to choose between Hawaii or your face.
Hawaii.
What?
Oh, Hawaii.
You might have less coverage than you think. Visit Aflac.com and keep your lifestyle healthy.
Aflac!
Shark Sundays are coming with a 2-hour Shark Tank premiere October 1st on ABC.
Cassidy Hubbard with your AT&T Field Pass. Number 16 Louisville taking on Purdue, and David Blau finds Richie Worship to put the Boilermakers up 14-10. Meanwhile, Lamar Jackson 272 total yards in the first half. Chris, Herbie, back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Cassidy. Tide offense back to work with a 3-point lead after a 35-yard punt from their own 33. Option look. Now he backs up and is chased way behind the line, just heaves it out of bounds. Kirk, Jalen Hurts from Houston sending out prayers and support for his hometown. His family is all okay and safe. You see in his wristbands there, but he's definitely mindful of the suffering in all of East Texas. Yeah. Another member of the Tide, Tony Brown, the senior. He comes from Beaumont, which is right near the Louisiana line. There he is, number 2. Alabama able to, within the NCAA rules, fly his family out of an area that didn't have any power. His dad has some medical conditions, needs to have electricity. So thankfully his family is now safe. Scarborough, hard-earned short gain, and certainly our thoughts are certainly with everyone in East Texas hit by the devastation. They need your support. Your donation can help the American Red Cross provide warm meals, shelter, and hope to these families. Please donate today. Go to redcross.org/ESPN.
So many acts of kindness since that devastating storm.
Hasn't that been inspiring?
Yeah, it really has.
Samaritans.
Yep.
J.J. Watt did a phenomenal job.
Unbelievable.
Raising many, many millions.
It's been great to see people coming in and helping people out.
Tide need 8 to prolong the drive. Pressure. Gets away, incomplete. He got hammered again. Running free was Derwin James, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, they overloaded that side. It wasn't just Derwin James. They also put Burns out here to the outside of the tackle. Then it frees up the fleet-footed Derwin James to be able to come out there. Nobody picks him up. You know, since LaMarcus Joyner has played here, when Florida State puts a guy in that nickel spot right off the edge of the tackle, chances are on 3rd down, he's going to blitz. You might want to put a back or somebody over there to be able to slow down that blitz.
First punt for the senior J.K. Scott. That's what's so fun about James, Kirk. He's going to move all over the place. He had a phenomenal freshman season before injuries cut short the sophomore campaign. And this is what Scott does. He just gets it up in the jet stream and boots it way down there. Actually bounces backwards. It'll roll out of bounds at the 23-yard line. And that's where the Seminoles will take over.
Looking for adventure this Labor Day?
Holy smokes. Oh, man, that's pretty intense.
Look no further than Chevrolet.
This is a fast car. I feel like I left my soul back there.
Wow, this has power. Head to the Chevy Labor Day sales event and ride out the summer in a new Chevrolet. Now use Labor Day bonus cash to get $4,000 total cash allowance on most Chevy Traverse models, or get 20% below MSRP on select 2017 Chevy models in stock. Find new roads at the Chevy Labor Day sales event.
Haven't you ever wanted something more, Barry? Watch your step. A pilot like you should be serving your country. Your CIA.
Based on an incredible true story.
We're sending you to Colombia.
Of the CIA's biggest secret.
I helped build the biggest drug cartel this world has ever seen.
Tom Cruise.
Oh, this is legal? If you're doing it for the good guys? No mas. No mas.
We recognize the dangers involved here.
No, you don't.
Shoot the gringos!
American made. Rated R.
Hello? How did you get in here? Xbox One X isn't out yet.
Taco Bell's giving fans a chance to win early with every $5 box. We're ready to play.
Well then, I guess we should get to it. My apologies for our totally cool stew.
Head to Taco Bell and grab any $5 box, and you could be one of the first to win the new Xbox One X.
We, the people, are tired of being surprised with extra monthly fees. We want HD and every box and DVR all included. Because we don't like surprises.
Yes, like changing up the celebrity at the end to someone more handsome and talented.
Really?
And British.
Switch from cable to DirecTV. Get 4 rooms with HD DVR and every box included for $25 a month. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
College football and Eckridge Deli meat.
Nothing better.
Do they follow you everywhere?
Yep. Give Saturday more flavor. Visit EckridgeFootball.com.
Hey, Vaughn. Got a sec?
What's up, Coach?
I found this in your locker.
Coach, I'm delicate.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear, committed to honoring blimp-worthy athletes who demonstrate hard work on and off the field. Goodyear, official sponsor of the College Football Playoff.
A beautiful roof in 8 pieces. Not fully operational yet. It kind of looks like a camera lens when they open it. They're saying October maybe, but it's an engineering marvel. But it's a beautiful once it works, stadium. It looks beautiful. The halo board in here will show you that. That's an amazing thing. Cam Akers, here goes the freshman. He is hit hard after about a 9-yard game. Welcome to college football. But this guy, they all say he's going to have a huge career here.
Well, we were just talking at the break about they got to get a little bit of a running game going and try to balance things out. And Jimbo Fisher must be thinking the same thing. He finally gives Cam Akers, the true freshman, a chance to get out there and touch the football for the first time. And how about this first carry of his career? Welcome to college football from Ronnie Harrison.
One of the biggest hitters in the sport, right?
Right.
They didn't have too many guys in high school hit like Ronnie. And 2nd and 1. Young guy's got it again. He had 100 yards. Look at the strength there, by the way, as he pulls tacklers for a first down.
Well, he's a big guy for a true freshman. And remember, they're trying to replace Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook, one of the best backs that Florida State has ever had. He's here tonight cheering his guys on. But he's a tough guy to have to replace. And there's a different feel. Patrick is taller, longer, powerful guy, but Cam Akers' low center of gravity will remind you, his skill set will remind you a little bit more of that Dalvin Cook, Devontae Freeman type of back that Noles have had here.
215-pounder out of Clinton, Mississippi. He's got it again. And he is cut back. It was well strung out by Fitzpatrick.
One thing that coaches worry about with young backs who have just dominated the high school level is they were able to get away with things in high school with their speed you just can't get away with in the college game, whether it's running, bouncing things to the outside and down the sidelines. It's a feel, and guys eventually, a guy like Cam Akers eventually will feel he wants to get his shoulders square with his power and get upfield. He did that the first couple times. That time he bounced it, tried to get wide, and again with Alabama there's a lot of speed and they do a good job of keeping and containing him.
Imagine the adrenaline for a true freshman in this environment against this defense. Francois looking left, throws high, and the catch is made by Murray on the far side. It's a short gain, and Fitzpatrick stopped him right there. It'll be third down.
Well, that was a great break on the ball that time from Minkah Fitzpatrick. Got beat earlier for a touchdown on that fade to Auden Tate. That's probably his greatest strength. They move him around. We keep talking about Derwin James. Watch 29, Minkah Fitzpatrick bounce around and do different things. Back at safety, they'll move him to star. Now they've got him at what they call money. Got him walked up right over the tight end, up at the top.
Noles 3 for 5 on third down, need 5. Here comes the pressure. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. The whole timing of the play disrupted, and Murray wasn't turned and ready. Fourth down.
Well, the receivers were jammed there. They've stacked the receivers to the right of Francois a couple times and had some success. And that time, Nooney Murray and Auden Tate's waiting for Auden Tate to try to clear. He just kind of got stuck with the defensive back. Never was able to clear. Levi Wallace locked him down and disrupted the timing.
Rashaan Evans provided the pressure. He had some help there. And so the Noles, a couple of unproductive drives after the touchdown pass. And Trayvon Diggs back to receive the punt at the 15. Tyler boots it high, and another fair catch taken by Diggs at the 14-yard line. Chris Felica, welcome to Saturday Night Football. The Bear is back to test our knowledge again this year.
Hello, gentlemen. It's now time for tonight's Aflac Trivia question. We're going to ease you into this one, I think.
You're so formal, Bear.
2 national championship contenders here. The loser probably still in the title race. So we're going to ask you, who was the last team to win the national title after losing their season opener?
I'm buzzing in right now. I got it. I got that. It was somewhere in Miami in 1983, right? That lost to the Gators.
I thought Ohio State lost to Virginia Tech.
That wasn't the opener.
Was it? It was second game?
Yeah, second game. Am I correct? Is that correct? Your alma mater?
Well, he's not allowed to respond to that.
He didn't have to. It's Miami.
Billy Bonnell said you cannot respond. Shut him down.
Harris, the short gain. All right, bring him back because I know I got this one. I'm 1-0. I jumped.
All right, I get next week. You get this week.
It's a formality. We will ask you. We will answer the question now. Tonight's Aflac Trivia question. Who was the last team to win the title after losing their opener? And it was the Miami Hurricanes.
You and Barry cahoots together on that?
I think I might have equaled last year's season total of correct answers on opening night.
I know. Now I'm worried.
That was a fairly memorable championship game. 2nd and 6. 6 minutes until halftime. Hurts from the pocket, loses time, and he'll lose some yardage. I'll tell you, which defensive front has had the edge so far? You'd have to say Florida State, wouldn't you?
Well, Charles Kelly has a defense that can get after the quarterback, and they do it with different people, whether it's Josh Sweat or Brian Burns. This time, Matthew Thomas was involved in getting in there because he can rush the quarterback, too, off the edge. When they're getting a push in the middle with Noddy and Christmas and putting the lineman back into the quarterback's face, there's going to be a lot of speed coming off the edge.
Tide needs 7 on third down. And Sims going in motion to the right. Hurts has protection. Throws it underneath to Ridley. He's going to have to work hard to get the first down. He's not going to make it. He was driven back there. A strong play to deny him first down yardage.
It's good defense. Yeah, Charles Kelly deserves a lot of credit. Chris, we called some of the Florida State games last year, early in the year. Remember the Ole Miss game, the Louisville game? Saw a lot of busted coverage, and a lot of that had to do with just youth. Charles Kelly did a great job of keeping that defense together last year. Second half of the season, it was a different group, and they're off to a very good start tonight with their eyes on the football, making plays on the ball.
This is an ugly kick off the side of the foot by J.K. Scott, just shanked into the Bama bench, and Florida State's going to have tremendous field position. Boy, he is an all-world punter who's destined to kick on Sundays. That was one of his worst ever. And just a shank directly off the outside of the foot.
You're talking about one of the best punters, if not the top punter in the game.
Encouragement from Saban.
Yeah.
A 9-yard punt gives the Noles the football at the Alabama 31 with 4:45 to play in the half. You feel like you got to cash field position like this in against Alabama.
Yeah, see if he takes a shot here. See if he tries. Akers is still in that backfield with a sudden change like that off a bad punt. Deep in Alabama territory. Does he try to create a matchup?
It's a reverse. Campbell going to be hit and dropped for a loss. So the second time they tried a little trickery there, and Terrell Lewis wasn't buying it. He stayed at home. He'll lose about 5.
Yeah, that is great discipline by Lewis. He's going to be right out here and work his way to the outside. He is 6'5", 254 pounds. Think about being that big and being out in space like that against a wide receiver that has speed like George Campbell. Terrell Lewis is a name to remember, trying to replace all that great ability that Alabama lost. 24 is a guy that's going to have to keep making plays like that.
Francois is a good thrower. He's not a great blocker. I think we saw that there, too. On 2nd and 14, gets back to his normal job, but mistimed again as Gavin wasn't ready for it.
Oh, almost a big play that time by Rashaan Evans, middle linebacker who's taken over there for Reuben Foster, who has moved on. And 32, he's played a lot of football. He's been more of a situational player. Now he's thrown into the middle of the defense to become one of the alphas of that defense. He got his left hand on the ball. Kind of disappointed he wasn't able to get 2 hands on it because that could have been an easy interception.
How about you take over to 31, you go backward 4 yards, you're not in field goal range. Let's see if Fisher tries for an underneath play to get him closer. Well, it takes a shot. Francois, yeah, I'll throw underneath. That's Gavin making the catch, but he's going to be trapped behind the line of scrimmage. Levi Wallace, the backup corner, made the play. And how about the job of the Tide defense after the shanked punt?
Yeah, Jeremy Pruitt has to be proud of that defensive effort. Jimbo Fisher taking a chance there on 1st and 10. When Pruitt's group was able to get that big loss, boy, Florida State behind the 8 ball on 2nd long and 3rd and long. And the Alabama defense steps up, as you said, after that bad punt.
He hates to have to punt this. I mean, this is killing Jimbo, but Tyler's out there to try to pin Alabama back deep. That is a missed opportunity that was handed to them off the punt there. Diggs runs back late as the returner. Tyler just drops the point, kicks it with backspin. It's not a thing of beauty either. That's not what he was looking for. And see where they spot this. It's going to be marched back to the 23-yard line, and Bama will take over with 3:06 to work with. Kirk, are you ready for the next Saturday night? It's another monster early season showdown as Baker Mayfield, I think he had 1 incompletion today, was it? In Oklahoma, rolls into the horseshoe against J.T. Barrett and the Buckeyes, who had 29 unanswered after falling behind Indiana, the game that you called on Thursday.
Yeah, that was a good challenge for them early in that game from Indiana. There'll be probably a different team when they get home to Columbus, and a different challenge from Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield is a quarterback that kind of plays inspired football.
It was Utah today, but he was good.
And he was a little chippy too. He's got a little attitude, which you can appreciate. And it'll take that attitude to go on the road and win next week.
I hear you. 12-yard punt after the 9-yard punt. And it's Ridley in motion, but they hand it to Najee Harris, and this is the all-world true freshman running back who would love to make an impact in his first college game. Short gain there. How are they going to play this year? They're going to try to be a little aggressive and take some shots and add to the lead before halftime? I
think it depends on if they're able to get a first down here. I think they're approaching trying to get this first down with the same mindset they probably had the whole first half, and get this first down. I think your energy and your attitude changes get a little bit more into that 2-minute mode.
Now they put Harris split out to the right from an empty backfield. Not much urgency as they let the play clock roll down, and now Hurts rolls out and just throws it into the bench, and they've got 2:20 to work with. It'll be 3rd down. Matthew Thomas provided the pressure.
Well, Matthew Thomas, he tipped his hand there a little bit, walking off to the outside. I thought we might see a quarterback draw up the middle. There wasn't anybody left in the middle, but talk about closing speed. Watch him off to the left. He's a big man, 6'4", 227 pounds with that kind of speed. Remember, Jalen Hurts can run, too, and force that ball to just be thrown away. Sets up another big 3rd down here.
And if they don't convert, they're going to have to punt it away, and the Noles are going to have some clock to work with before halftime. Hurts again very quick to leave the pocket, and he's going to try to sprint. Was he across the line? Here comes a flag downfield. A catch is made by Jerry Jeudy, the true freshman, in Florida State territory, but this one's coming back.
Yeah, there's a hold there by Alabama's Lester Cotton. Going to bring that back.
Very close to the line when he threw it, too.
Offense number 66. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, the right guard, Lester Cotton. I don't even think he really needed to do this. It's towards the end of the play after Hurts actually gets out. He gets his arms around him around Christmas and just tackles him, brings him down. Pretty good effort that time by Hurts just to keep the play alive and keep his eyes downfield, but all comes back after the holding call by Cotton.
Yeah, negates a 26-yard gain that would have put Bama in FSU territory.
Now with Florida State with 1 timeout, Alabama's going to run the ball here. Keep the clock going, either force Jimbo to use that last timeout or let the clock work down, get it underneath 2 minutes.
Scarborough to the right of Hurts. Jalen again just quickly takes off. Derwin James tracking him down, and the quarterback slips. So let's see if Fisher does use the timeout. Clock's still running.
He's going to probably hold on to that 1 timeout. Jalen Hurts, part of the reason he didn't keep working to the sidelines was he wanted to keep that clock moving.
Comes into play that they had to spend 2 timeouts with the play clock running down in the first quarter.
Yep.
Could certainly use a couple of them here. This ball will be punted with about 1:10 to go. McFadden back deep. The corner trying to continue the tradition of excellent Noles DBs who are dangerous returners. Deion Sanders, Terrell Buckley. Scott, after the 9-yard punt, much better. Very high and deep, and a fair catch made by McFadden after a hang time of about 5.4 seconds. 53 yards. That's more like it. Take a look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Goodyear. The AP poll, Alabama an emphatic #1. Figure the winner of this game is going to be #1. Obviously the Tide keep it if they win, but the Noles you would figure would jump over Ohio State with a win this impressive if they get the win.
Yeah, if whoever wins this game will be #1.
And Clemson would remind you sitting there at 5 that feeling slightly disrespected since they gave losses to both Alabama, Ohio State, and Florida State. The last loss each program's had.
I'm always amazed
the
how
Tigers.
You could somehow be disrespected and be preseason #5.
That's how good Clemson's program is right
now. I'm a believer. I think they're a great program, but it's hard to be disrespected when you're 5.
Everybody's feeling disrespected in this world, right?
Of course.
Minute 1 to work with. Francois looking downfield, now throws it underneath the Izzo, and the tight end has first down yardage.
I always say this, that this is what Jimbo Fisher and his quarterbacks pride themselves on, is the 2-minute drill. You see a lot of teams work the 2-minute drill. I don't know if you ever see a team work and compete as hard as Jimbo Fisher does against his first team defense every day in practice, especially on Thursdays.
Francois again over the middle. Again, Izzo uncovered, pulls his way down inside the 35 with 39 seconds to play.
Well, Alabama took a chance here. They brought the blitz. When you bring the blitz, it gets picked up. Look at the void there in the middle of that defense. There's nobody there. Brought the linebacker, gives Izzo an easy route, and a nice recognition by Francois.
Clock running, 32 seconds. Francois looks far side, and a flag. Yes, it's going to be interference on Avery as he was trying to contain Big Auden Tate.
And Everett all over Tate. Tate with that advantage. It was kind of a back shoulder fade. He was trying to work to the back, but Everett was all over top of him. It's a timing route, trying to get it to the back shoulder, but 28, that left hand all over Tate.
28. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
So the Noles now with 26 seconds and a timeout to play with here. Trying to reclaim the lead.
Prior to this drive, remember the Noles had that 90-yard drive. After that, 11 plays, 23 yards till they started this drive. And sometimes it's funny how urgency in a 2-minute drill gives you a little bit of a kind of a little bit of momentum and a different attitude of an offense.
You're right, though. Few offenses as well schooled in this situation as Florida State through the years under Fisher. Francois again over the middle, and it is deflected and almost intercepted. Backpedaling, the ball was touched by Keith Holcomb.
That is a great play by Keith Holcomb, 42. He tips the ball, and the linebacker on the other side, right there, 20, Sean Dion Hamilton, almost comes up with the interception. So this time they keep coverage to the middle of the field. Great effort by both those linebackers, but Keith Holcomb makes the play.
So one near interception for both defenses. 21 seconds to go. Second down. Francois is flushed. Takes off. Tripped up. Now they'll have to spend their timeout with 16 seconds. Quinnen Williams made the tackle. Third down coming up. So now, Kirk, if they don't make the first down, have to get that field goal team ready. They're well within Aguayo's range, of course. Good first half, back and forth.
Yeah, it's been a battle of momentum, back and forth. Just when you think it looks like maybe Florida State has the momentum, here comes Alabama's defense with a big play. Ridley, of course, downfield on a one-on-one matchup, and right here before the half, just when it looked like Bama might have control, Jimbo Fisher picks up a few plays, and now they're in field goal range.
Knowles will get the ball to start the second half, and the chess game will really begin. I mean, Fisher is so good. We've seen it so many times. It's seeing what a defense is throwing at him in the first half, making those adjustments. But, of course, on the other sideline, you know, Saban and Pruitt, who work for Fisher, will make their adjustments, and I can't wait to see what unfolds after the break.
That's a great point. How many times do we see when Jameis Winston was the quarterback in Tallahassee? The first half, you're kind of thinking, boy, I don't know if they're going to be able to be okay tonight. They come back in the second half, look like a completely different team. He's as good as there is at making those adjustments.
BMW halftime report. Kevin Nagani, Mac Brown, and Booger McFarland have both picked FSU to win the game. They're coming up in 16 seconds.
So you got safeties, high safeties back here. When you have high safeties, it makes it hard to throw the ball to the outside. You got to work more to the middle of the field.
No timeouts left. Can't take a sack. Francois to the end zone and incomplete. Nooney Murray very well defended by Tony Brown, whose timing was just perfect.
When Nick Saban and Jeremy Pruitt play those two high safeties, the only spot you can really work downfield is the middle of the field.
The timing was a little early, actually.
It was a little early. Murray got behind him just by a step, but the ball where it was thrown forced him to come back to the defender, and the defender got there maybe just a step before the ball did. That's why the crowd's reacting, and they have good reason to be upset.
Absolutely. Aguayo from 37 was 12 of 12 last year inside 40 yards. Very reliable, but this one's blocked. And the Tide have it. Here's Evans. Trying to make something of this. Rashaan Evans still breaking tackles.
He's got speed.
He's got no time on the clock, so he's got to get all the way to the house. And he is tackled at the 45-yard line. But Alabama makes a special teams play to preserve the 3-point halftime lead.
That was Minkah Fitzpatrick coming around the edge.
He shows speed in coverage, and he shows speed around the edge. There's a flag down. It's over in the far sideline. I believe there was a scuffle. It was well away from where the tackle was made on the return. So Aguayo, for the first time in his career there, doesn't convert from inside 40.
The half is over.
Yeah.
After the half, we have offsetting fouls. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 81, the kicking team. Dead ball, Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 33 of the return team. Penalties offset, half is over.
So Izzo for Florida State, Jennings for Alabama get an unsportsmanlike. They don't want to commit a second one. Noles will get the football to start the second half. Alabama will walk off with a 10-7 lead. As Jimbo continues to discuss things with the officials. Pretty good first half for Jalen Hurts. 7 of 12 passing. Did have a touchdown pass to Ridley. Let's go to Tom with Nick Saban.
Chris, thank you very much. A tight first half. Nick, how do you assess how your team performed first half under a new offensive coordinator?
Well, we played like it's the first game. We made a lot of mistakes, not pass protecting very well, very inconsistent on offense, made a lot of mistakes on defense that we got away with, to be honest with you. So we just need to settle down and execute better in the second half.
Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you very much. Maria?
Thanks, Tom. Coach, you were in extended discussion with the officials. What's your concern there?
Why wasn't interference?
All right, you had 11 plays for 23 yards midway through that first quarter. How do you find a rhythm offensively?
We do. We got a rhythm. We're moving the ball. We've stopped ourselves 2 or 3 times. We're moving. We feel very comfortable with what we're doing.
All right, thanks, Coach.
He's right to complain about the interference that wasn't called. Tied a 7-yard edge at halftime and a 3-point lead. End of the first half. The BMW halftime report right after these messages from the studios.
All right, everybody, how's it going? We sip, we peel, we slide? Nah, like this. We sip, we peel, we wet.
I think I'm getting this. Grab a large or extra large freshly ground, freshly brewed hot coffee for your chance to win great prizes like free coffee for a year. Get your celebration ready. Dunkin' Donuts. This is coffee. This is winning.
In my experience, there are only 2 things guaranteed to grow. The cash value of the New York Life policy, a policy that keeps your family protected, and my famous crane souffle, which literally never stops growing. Be good at life. New York Life.
Do you feel that? That's the feeling of awe. And the sense of calm as it washes over you, leaving you to just sit back and enjoy. Let all your travel worries drift away thanks to 24/7 help with the Travelocity Customer First Guarantee. Travelocity. Wander wisely.
That's former All-Pro linebacker Clay Matthews Jr., also known as Dad. We Matthews know a thing or two about football. With PlayStation Vue, they can watch live football on up to 5 devices at the same time. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice!
Nice.
Great.
Stay connected with football all season long, no matter where you are.
Watch live football with PlayStation Vue. Start your free trial today.
Only you can shower. To smell unique. To smell confident. To smell amazing. You got something. Smell like the best you with Axe U Body Wash.
Welcome to the BMW Halftime Report.
Hey there, Kevin Nagati alongside Mac Brown and Booger McFarland. 10-7 Alabama at the half, and you guys both picked Florida State. Still standing by Florida State here in the second half.
Absolutely. Maybe the 2 best teams in the country, and they're so smart to play in this arena because that's where the national championship's going to be. We can see these again.
Feel great about the pick. DeAndre Francois is playing well. The way you beat Alabama, stop the run and throw the football against that defense, Jimbo Fisher knows the formula.
Just had a pass interference call they missed and a blocked field goal. Yeah. Got to do good in the special teams.
Exactly.
Jimbo was hot about that.
He was livid.
We'll see how that plays out here for the second half.
I can't believe coaches would be hot about a bad call. I've never seen that before.
Hey, you know, DeAndre Francois, Jalen Hurts, 2 guys in the Heisman discussion.
Yeah.
Let's go to last year's Heisman winner, Lamar Jackson, in action tonight. Louisville taking on Purdue and Indy. And Jackson, sometimes this offseason, people have overlooked this young man. He could do it all. 3-yard touchdown here to Jordan Davis. But here comes Purdue. David Plow, you like this young man, Coach?
I think David Plow is one of the better quarterbacks in the country. 14 of 17, touchdown pass. David Plow is a guy we better be aware of the rest of the year.
Purdue up 21-13. Jackson doing his best, but some turnovers by his running backs. Meanwhile, Michigan taking on Florida, and Jerry's